Hello, everybody. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Let's head into Lesko Help 2. All right. Here we are in Lesko Help 2. Today is my country living in business class. It is my personal favorite grant hunting topic. Anything to do with the agricultural, rural, country world is my favorite. So that's why I decided to teach this class. Also because there are so many opportunities out there in the agricultural world. All right, now we did take a peek at my agricultural tab after Trump had put the freeze on, and some of them had disappeared. He has rescinded the freeze after the federal judge blocked it. So I'm hoping that they're back up, but I can't make any promises. So we will just have to kind of see how today goes. All right, so let's do this and we'll jump right into the tabs that I have pulled up for our classes. And this is where some of it was blank. Let's see if it's going to pull everything up for Tooele County. Let's just refresh it. This was one of the pages that was still up yesterday, and it's still good. Okay, excellent. Okay, excellent, excellent. Now let's go to, this is one I think was having a problem. That's back up. This is not. I am not authorized to access this page. Oh my holy goodness. Let's try refreshing it. You are not authorized to access this page. So the main about USDA, see, it's about the general information, initiatives, and highlighted programs, the partner portal, find the USDA service center near you. So this is supposed to be finding the USDA service center. This one is still not back up and functioning. So you are still going to see that somewhat out there in the federal world. I do want to check on one other that we had a problem with, and that was HUD.gov counseling. Let's see if that's back up. And it is. Good. Okay, because that's one of my favorite places to direct folks. It's an amazing resource. However, it's kind of out of the bounds of this class. So let's see. We were through, I believe, all of the coordinators last week. Yes, we had gone through our purple tab or the coordinators tab. Let's head into, and this is where we might find some other broken links. Even though they were operational last month, they may or may not be functional today. All right, so how to start a farm, find land and fund your operation. Then you have the same basic things that you had here. See? Go and jump over here. It's the exact same thing. However, when you scroll down a little lower, this is how USDA service centers can help, your service center visit, and next step. Whereas this is going into finding land and finding capital for other farm and ranch needs, next step. This is a critical thing that I'm not sure everyone really thinks about. The first and most critical step to obtaining financing is a good business plan, whether it's a business or a nonprofit. This came up earlier when I was subbing for Megan. She ended up getting stuck in a class that was supposed to have ended 3 or 4 hours before her class here today, but it hadn't ended. So I filled in for her for a bit, and then Michelle Cairns filled in for her. But this did come up, finding land, right? So let's see what they have to say. Oh, and financing a good business plan is necessary. Absolutely. When you're going to speak with someone that's going through a grant or grant-like initiative or through a loan what's the word I'm looking for here? I had it in my head. A loan officer. There we go. And hopefully, if you do need to take out a loan, you look at some of the government-provided loans, such as through the FSA, the Farm Service Agency for rural properties. If you haven't done so, follow our guidance on writing a business plan to build your own. Once you have a business plan, visit your local service center to learn about financing options through the USDA. Finding land. You can lease, rent, or purchase land, or you might be interested in container farming, aquaponics, rooftop farming. That's where you're starting into the urban areas many times. Inheriting land, heirs, property, landowners page. So there's a lot out there just in those first couple of paragraphs. Understand your budget and operation needs. Compare different options like the cost between purchasing and renting. Be sure to check land values and rental rates to see it is in line with what you can afford. And check the climate and growing conditions. Those are all things that they're telling you should be done before actually spending any money, right? Whether it's yours or someone else's. Assess the land properly before agreeing to rent or purchase it. Learn more about assessing land from the Farmland Information Center's site assessment worksheet. And I cannot stress enough how much something like this will benefit you when you're purchasing land. So let's go ahead and look at that. They want you to describe the physical characteristics, the climate, how you access the property. For instance, on my grandfather's log mill at home in Cortez, Colorado, there was only one entrance point. And it became a little bit problematic several years after he died because my uncle and my grandmother got into contention over that single private road and who was going to maintain it. So my uncle made a deal with the next door neighbor's plot to have an access road come directly to his property, avoiding all of my grandma's area. And that's just one little situation where you have to think about how you're going to access property. When we were renting in all these apartment complexes here in Utah, we wanted to know how many different access or exit points really there were in case there was an emergency and we were in the apartment complex. We wanted to know a multitude of points that we could get out so that we didn't get stuck in one long line of traffic if there was any alternative, right? And so those access points really do matter. They want you to know if it's rural, suburban, or urban, the nearby roads, markets, amenities, right? That's something that they'll have many times in the advertisement for the property. Your realtor should be able to provide you a good amount of that information as well. And that really matters if you want to have interaction with your public on your property. If you don't need that so much, it doesn't have as much of an effect on it, then it's going to be more about your zoning. Are any of these things close that could affect the ability for you to do what you want to do on your purchase? These are just different types of services that can help when you are having a rural property and or business. Then you go through the types of soil, water, topography, that's your actual land. Variances, right, from dips to hills to all of these different things, whether they're any kind of water point, anything like that. Mineral and other subsurface resources, they're really going in depth, right? Now that's where, if you're going to go to that level, you also have to consider whether or not you're purchasing your mineral rights to that property. And if you don't purchase the mineral rights to the property, someone else can purchase the mineral rights to the property and they can come in and drill or dig or do whatever it is on your property. So these are important things to know about when you're going into a larger purchase than a single family private residence. Then you have whether there's barns, greenhouses, if there's already things like orchards or vineyards, if there's a house, if there's, living quarters for people that might work on the property, processing facilities such as like wheat processing or canning, anything like that, your roads and parking fences, wells, ponds, and irrigation systems separate from natural things of like wetlands. Oh, that was one more area up here. Where did we see that? Okay, here we go. Wetlands, forest land, natural lakes, shoreline, anything like that would be here. Then down here, these are the created. Here we go. These are the created water systems. whether or not there are utilities to the property, if there's any sort of conservation efforts that have already been put into place that will affect you as you go forward. Perhaps there is, like it had wetlands on there. Maybe you have a small area that's got like an estuary or something in it, and there's a protected species there, and there's already a bunch of laws or rules that you're going to have to follow in regards to that part of your property, something that you'll want to know. What the condition of the land is in, what it was used for, where there's places that need your immediate attention, maintenance-wise, sort of, if there's a conservation plan. All of these things go into an agricultural purchase. Of course, when you're purchasing a private home, there's a lot to consider as well, but you can see that there is quite a bit more when you're considering purchasing an agricultural property. And these may or may not have been something that you've considered before, such as we talked about the energy rights, or, oh my gosh, I cannot get it out, the mineral rights, but it looks like you can have water, timber, mineral, or energy rights. So again, this is new to me. These are things that I'm going to have to learn when I'm ready to go buy my agricultural property. Some of it I'm familiar with. This is the first thing that's kind of new to me, but already that's 3 huge areas that I was unaware of: water rights, timber rights, and energy rights. And then that's going to start talking about like wind and solar. If you don't own the energy rights, I would say that it's likely that somebody could come and put solar or wind on your property if they own those rights. It's something that was being discussed quite heavily on a news program that I watched recently, and the fact that they are talking about how they are going to start handling things like that. Spain has already tried, or may have succeeded, in taxing sunlight. I'm not exaggerating. This is a real thing that was at least seriously discussed in Spain. And now they're doing similar things. And you can buy the carbon rights to things. It's getting a little bit intense, let's say, right? Your federal and state laws, local laws, all these things you need to be aware of, how they affect you. Here's the locals, including zoning and health codes. Are there any property taxes that are still owed, and what are you going to have to pay as property taxes? If you have to purchase water, how much is that going to be? Or do you already have water rights, right? Now, water rights, I guess I am familiar with. They just separated it up, but water rights are a big deal in agricultural areas. So, for instance, the property that my parents purchased does not come with any water shares, is what they're called in our area, at least of Colorado. And that means that they have to utilize the city's water. They're lucky they're out in the county, but they still have water that comes in through their tap without having to have a well or go and haul that water and bring it up and put into a cistern or something like that. They are on an actual tap. If they had not already had that when they bought that property, it would have been a minimum of $5,000 years and years and decades ago. It would have been a minimum of $5,000 to get that put in. And if you have to approach a well or a cistern, it's probably going to be quite a bit more. And that $5,000 was close to 20 years ago. So it's possibly increased there as well. All right. If you have to maintain any conservation practices, we've talked about that just a little bit, special assessments, all this different information. So that's a really valuable document for anybody considering purchasing an agricultural property. Even if you don't want it to be a farm, if you're purchasing an agricultural property that you want to turn into a mechanic shop, as an example, a lot of these are still going to matter to you. They don't have the same sorts of context, and things like land cover, cropland, orchards, those might not be of much interest, except for, unfortunately, oh my God, it would break my heart, but if there were an orchard and it was in the way of your mechanic shop, you would have to remove those trees, right? That's all tied up into agricultural land purchases. All right, going back to our original tab. This is something that I have told my husband about for years and years and years. When we're ready to buy a large property, I want to watch that property for an entire year before I buy it, because I want to see how much water maybe bogs down any areas when there are the heavy downpours that we sometimes get here in Utah, for an example. It can flood because the water just comes so quickly that the earth can't absorb it quickly enough to keep there from being small floods all over. And I want to know, how would that affect that property. You know, if you're watching it for a year, that doesn't guarantee you're going to have that kind of watershed, but that's what you're looking at. I also want to see the sunlight patterns so that I know how much of it is in shade during prime growing season, how much of it is in sunlight. Is there shade from the harsh westerly sun that hits the plants so hard in the afternoon where they're getting more morning sunlight, or are they getting more afternoon sunlight and that nice, soft, more easily utilized sunlight from the eastern early part of the day, is that blocked, right? All of these different things matter. And that's why I want to look at a property that's large. We did not wait a year to buy our residential property. We went out, we found the best residential property. It did have some of the things that I would really have wanted. It has a primarily southwest facing entrance, which is even better than many of the traditional structures that we buy for our living arrangements, because most of them are either south or north facing to the cardinal directions. And this one is actually almost southwesterly facing. And that is a really nice direction for the home. And it provides a little more sunlight to the back than it might have gotten on the north side, because it is a little bit canted. It's not quite on the secondary directions perfectly, but it's more towards the secondary than the cardinal directions. And that just provides a little bit of a different light pattern in the backyard. And so even though we haven't been here for a full year and I didn't get to watch it for a full year, I already have some understanding of how that's going to be a positive. Unfortunately, there's a large apple tree in our neighbor's backyard to the east. And so on this particular property, that nice, soft, easterly sunlight in the mornings is blocked for a large portion of the day. So I have to still play around with it and create some alternative shading options and things like that in my backyard, right? And these are just all things that we should consider even when purchasing a residential property. If you have a north-facing entrance to your residential property, you're going to, if you have snow and ice in your region, your property is going to be really cold on your front. And if there's any snow or ice, you're definitely going to have to remove that or melt that. It won't melt from the sun because you're on the north side. These are all types of things that we consider when we purchase residential to larger properties, right? Test the soils and the water to make sure they fit your standards, or so that you know what you're getting into if you have to do some work on getting it to where you want it to be. Collect the information and document what you find. Do you think you're going to remember it? But you want to make sure. Explore the community around the area and visit the state, county, or municipal websites to learn about policies that can support your type of operation. And again, that's where we've talked about things like the Farm Service Agency, the USDA service centers, the county extension offices, the Natural Resources Conservation Service, and the rural development. They also have a limited number of urban development offices, okay? Even though there's a limited number, for instance, I think here in Utah, let me see if I can find that relatively quickly. Looking at urban development. There we go, urban service centers. They are limited in number, all right? So our closest for Utah would probably be New Mexico. Let's just look through. They have Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So there's 2 in Michigan. Now, I don't know about that, guys. Come on. That's just, okay, California's got one too. Is there a big population in Michigan? I didn't think that Michigan had that large of a population. It is the 10th most populated state. So while it's not one of the top, yeah, that's a pretty big population and in a rural area. So that makes sense, as does California's. And I would think that they would have something then in New York, but they only have it in New York, which is kind of strange, although it is for urban, right? So yeah, interesting. They had a map originally. There we go. Let's go to the map. It'll take us there. Perfect. Okay. Here you can see them spread out kind of haphazardly. It's interesting. This is the More rural part of the nation, though, probably. So these are the urban centers, right? It definitely does make some sense. There's a pretty good sized population in Denver compared to New Mexico, though. Salt Lake and Phoenix, I would say that it's still probably Phoenix that's bigger, but Denver is definitely bigger than Albuquerque. And Albuquerque, New Mexico is so dry. It's kind of odd that that's where they chose to place that regional office. However, that's the options that we have, and you would just go to your closest one. So those in Denver are almost certainly going to be going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. In Salt Lake, it probably still would be Albuquerque, New Mexico. Nevada would depend on where, if you'd go to Phoenix or Los Angeles or Oakland, and etc. And that's your urban service center location. All right. Now I'm trying to figure out where exactly we were. I think we were just talking about the different supports that were out there to talk to in support of your type of organization, right, or operation. Then they're going to go through leasing land, purchasing land. There's a down payment loan and farm ownership loans. There's an inventory here for farmland property for purchase. If you wanted to purchase existing farmland from someone that was ready to get out of the farming business, right? Here's your local service center. Now, this is the USDA grants and loans. And I think, yes, I already have that pulled up. Let's see if that page is functioning. Just refresh it so it's all current. They have the identity theft website, farm loans, housing assistance, loan and grant assistance for rural development, forges partnerships with rural communities, funding projects that bring housing, community facilities, business guarantees, utilities, and other services to rural America, beginning farmers and ranchers, through direct and guaranteed loans to beginning farmers and ranchers who are unable to obtain financing from commercial credit sources. So I wonder if you have to be unable to go through a traditional banking. That's what it tends to say. But you would think that even somebody who could go through a traditional model would want to try to go through the Farm Service Agency as well, because the payment terms are just so much better. It seems unfortunate that they're punishing people who have done well with credit. I myself have not. I probably fit their criteria, but as long as you're not wealthy and you're not already a farmer or rancher, I would definitely still reach out, even if you think you might be able to obtain financing from a commercial credit source, right? All right, livestock insurance, the federal state marketing improvement program, specialty crop black grant program. And this one is a little bit different. I wouldn't mind sharing through this one with you guys. I had thought that this would mean if you wanted to grow something like pomegranate locally, that would be a specialty crop to me, because it's not something that's very easily grown here. It can be grown here, but it's not very easy. And so to me, that would be a specialty crop. But let's look at what they're saying. This is closed, but it comes out each year. At least it has been coming out each year. So this is one of those we want to pay attention to if this is an area we're interested in, and look at it every month or a couple of weeks or something. Only state departments of agriculture may apply for funding to AMS. If you are an individual or other non-federal entity interested in applying, applications for specialty crop projects must be submitted to the appropriate state department of agriculture to be considered for funding. So it sounds like this program is open to other than state departments of agriculture. You have to go through the state, right? The state can apply for it, and then you go through the state to apply as an individual. That's how I interpret that. And then you're supposed to contact your SCBGP, goodness, State Department of Agriculture contact. Let's pull that up in a new tab. Check that out. So it talks about, again, that agencies, commissions, or departments responsible for agriculture within the 50 states, DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, all the territories, right? But the way I'm interpreting this is that if you want to apply through your state, this is the list of the state contact information. That's why we recommend always calling, because the people who are going to understand how this website was set up and what they mean by their terminology and how they want you to follow through that are the people putting this together, are the people in charge of those funding options, right? They change things all the time, and they don't always have what they really have open on their website. Perhaps they show outdated programs. Perhaps they only show half of their programs. Perhaps they don't have anything listed. That's where that contact, that phone number, as Matthew Lesko really recommends. Tammy Larson does really work through the emails. So you can definitely try each way, but I do definitely agree with Matthew. If you're able to use the phone, it's much easier to make yourself stand out as an individual when you're using your voice. That's why we use them here in class as well. That's why we tried this format. I really wanted to be able to do something more than work with you guys in written text. I wanted you to be able to hear my answer, and if you had a follow-up question, be able to ask it immediately with your voice and hear with my voice the answer, and we could go back and forth like that until you were comfortable with the knowledge you had received and understood it properly. It's the same thing when you're contacting these folks. You can't have that kind of immediate back and forth, work it out till you get to the answer you need type of a conversation if you're not doing it in person or on the phone through a Zoom, something like that. So that's one of the reasons that Matthew, and I back Matthew's opinion up here very strongly. We recommend that you call, make yourself a person. Buy a little Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar General box of note cards that are blank, and just say thank you anytime that you work with someone that's in an area that you know you're going to be reaching out to again and again. I sent one to my business mentor that I'm working with, to Jess Clifford through the Tooele SBDC. I'll probably send one to Marlon Shelley on this coming year. There's a Mentors Day, National Mentors Day, the 27th of October. And I think let's go American. I do want American. Yes. Okay, so October 27th, I'm actually going to put that into my calendar because I think that's a good day to let the people that I work with as my business counselors know I'm appreciating their services, right? So I'm just going to pull my calendar right up on my phone. Oh, it doesn't ever like to show you guys very well. That calendar right there, and I'm going to go to October the 27th. And I'm going to put it as an all-day event. And that is National Mentors Day. And then I want to remember in time to send out a card or something. So I'm going to add notifications to 1 week before, 1 day before, and 2 days before, and then save it. And now I also set it to repeat, so I don't ever have to worry about it again. Now every month, or excuse me, every year, a week before National Mentors Day, I will get a notification so I can throw something in the mail if I'd like to. I have tons of stationery up here. I buy it at dollar stores. I buy it at the thrift store if I find good pieces. I buy it at specialty shops. I love stationery and things like that, but you don't have to spend a ton of money. My grandmother had 8 children, all of whom had at least one and up to 3 children, who she was alive to see some of those grandchildren have children of their own. And she sent out birthday cards to all of us. So she bought the big bulk packages of note cards. That was where I learned some of my penny pinching ways. And it's a very cheap, very easy, great method to really help people remember you and want to help you the next time you reach out, right? I think we were actually over here on the specialty crop block program. And then we had pulled up the different contacts for the different states. I'm actually going to throw this right over here into our coordinators because that is very appropriate for our coordinators. All right. They have the request for proposals, their programs purchase, eligibility. These are all the things that you need to tear through to see if that's appropriate for you. For us on this particular piece, it is not. This is where it's telling you that the states themselves have to reach out. And that's why we pulled up the State Department of Agriculture contact so that you could find out how they're allocating and dispersing their specialty crop block grant program funds, right? That's how you work a program. That's how you work funding like that. It's not just some nice, easy process. Everybody, I think all of us, when we come in, we just want to know, okay, well, so where's this list so I can decide no, it's not like that. That's why we're doing our best to bring you to an awareness of what these programs are, because the only people who could really do something like that would be the government or some very large nonprofit or something like that, because this is such a broad world. It's as broad, unique, and varied as our population here in the United States is. There is something out there for everyone, but there's not some general, I can just go here and I'm going to find the one that I want to apply to and it's going to work like that. There are many times when there's no application at all online, such as this right here, and you have to reach out through at least an email or a phone number, right? All right. Wow, today is going really slowly. I feel like this is kind of boring material. I mean, it's what we're all really here for, the state, right? Or the grants and things, but it isn't always as much fun to talk about. When you start doing what we're talking about, I think that's where the fun really comes in a lot of times. That's where you start finding that person that you talk to, or there are sometimes applications online. It's just tearing through it all. So here is all programs. This is state to state, or you can leave it open, all programs. They have all of this just listed for you to start off. Value added producer grants. It assists agricultural producers enter into value added activities related to the processing and marketing of new products. Interesting. The goals of this program are to generate new products, create and expand marketing opportunities, and increase producer income. Very interesting. Distant learning and telemedicine grants, rural decentralized water systems, high energy cost grants, rural business development grants. That is for technical assistance and training for small rural businesses, multifamily preservation and revitalization. Interesting. This is for rural rental housing and off-farm labor housing to improve what's already there. So it's really specific. Farm labor housing technical assistance grants to nonprofit organizations to provide technical assistance to applicants for farm labor housing loans and grants. And that's where talking to Megan would probably be really beneficial. Maybe Amber. I'm not really sure what they're saying there. This is the Farm Labor Housing Technical Assistance Grants. That's the description, being that the USDA Rural Development awards grants to nonprofit organizations to provide technical assistance to applicants for farm labor housing loans and grants. So when you're trying to apply to this, you have someone to help you, right? Like that's why we have to reach out and find out what they're saying, what they want, what they're doing, how they're looking at it, all these different pieces, all right? So as you see, there are a lot of different opportunities out there, but you definitely have to start tearing through it. It looks like 6 pages of programs here on the all programs, which is programs and services. And where I got that, I'm not absolutely certain. Oh, okay, just I think right here. Let's see if I just click that. View all programs and services. So then I clicked that and that brought us, oh, no, it did not. Interesting. Okay, so that's worth tearing through on its own. That's why it becomes a rabbit hole. That's why if you see, I do my best to track my search. It doesn't always work out perfectly because sometimes you'll find multiple programs from one page, just as this is kind of doing right here. I can't exactly tie back to where I got it from. As you watched, I tied many things back. This one I can't, and that's probably because at one point, one of these pages offered a multitude of options, and I had to separate them out, and it doesn't work out to kind of distinctify that very well yet in these tab arrangements. They're constantly working on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they find a solution for that eventually too. However, this is a new one, so I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go back to where we were because I don't want to lose this program list. It's just very strange. Maybe I'll click this one. Let's try that. Yes. Okay. Woohoo! We found out how to get there. So that was, if we just go and look at the top of, nope. The rural development. So rd.usda.gov. So let's just go ahead and grab that one. rd.usda.gov, and then just put a space so you break what you've already pulled up. This is their overall page. And then we went into programs and services and we clicked programs. You could also click services, or you can click view all programs and services. And those are all the different places that got us that information, if that makes sense. Right around here somewhere, I think. Yes, so that is where we came from to get to here. And then if we want to look at the additional one that we pulled up, that was programs and services, and that was an entirely new sheet. Business programs, community facilities programs, cooperative services, electric programs, energy programs, multifamily programs, single family. This is a rabbit hole all in itself. But remember, this is a rabbit hole of opportunity. So while it gets overwhelming and it gets confusing and you can get lost even after watching me walk through it and starting to learn how to do that in your most appropriate way, right? We each think, learn, retain information, store information, keep our notes differently, right?
You'll find your search in here. I want to search for an email.
But this is an overwhelming list of opportunities. So I don't ever blame anyone for getting frustrated. Try not to get frustrated. Try instead to look at it as continuing ways to look for more opportunities. Try to learn the skill sets of keeping track. If you are on a phone, you can do a similar set of functions. All right, go out of my calendar there. And I'm going to pull up docs in my apps list. And that's this happy little blue sheet with white lines on it. All right. And then I'm going to pull up a new document. And then I can just start keeping track of my search history right here. You can also do it much more easily on a computer, of course. Pull up your new document. And now if you wanted to keep track of the overall rural development website, then next being all programs, then next being the programs and services, then you could just copy each of these items. And I'm going to do it a little quicker and show you another trick. I'm just hitting Control-C after I highlight each of these by triple clicking them, hitting Control-C. Now I'm going to go over to my happy candy little document over here, and instead of hitting Control-V for paste, I'm going to hit Windows key V, and that pulls up my clipboard. And now I can just paste each of those. enter, flip, Windows V again, enter, Windows V again, enter. All right, and then Google will also let you replace the URL with the title. I like that. I think it makes it look really clean, and it also lets me know better what I'm doing. They don't always transfer over if you try to copy paste them into another location. So sometimes I will go ahead and leave both the title and the overall link so that I could paste it back when I worked with you guys over in Facebook, right? We're not in Facebook currently. Facebook's being kind of an asshole, excuse my language, and they're putting inappropriate sanctions against Matthew Lesko. And that's not very cool, but that's what they've chosen to do. So we're not over in Let's Go Help on Facebook right now. And so you see, to make it distinct, let's add a line in between each set of script there, right? So now I have track. I started here, go to all programs, then I tried programs and services. That's a direct recording of what we've done here today in regards to these 3 tabs. We also have gone over these, and I can add these in after class. That'll be fine. Let's see, I think we've torn through these pretty well, gave you a good idea of where, for myself, the next place that I would be looking in would be probably business programs. Also, this, where did it go? There was something about education, I thought. And it must have been in a previous page. And it was something about distance learning is one of them that I want to work towards in the agricultural world, right? I have my own Mighty Networks about the process of utilizing that land or that grant or whatever and actually putting boots to the ground and doing something with that land. That's what my own community does. So that is a form of distance learning. And that might be something that would work for me. And that's where you want to think outside the box. I don't generally think of what I'm doing, whether we're here in Let's Go Help 2 or I'm over in my own community. I don't think of this as distance learning. I think of it as online learning. And so seeing that, I have to be able to make the leap. Oh yeah, duh. Just because I think online learning or online education, other people are going to call that distance learning. So this might be applicable to myself, right? That's how you stay open and you don't get stuck in a rut of your own creation. All right. It is time for us to take our little break. I feel like this was kind of a dry topic for our class. It should have felt a little more warm and friendly. I'm not really sure why it didn't, but we did cover the nitty gritty of going out into the USDA and starting to actuate utilizing the resources that are out there. So before we go on our break, is there anybody that has questions about what we covered today? We'll open-end it as soon as I'm back, and you'll have open-ended with Miss Tammy when she's handling my break. But about this material that we covered today or anything kind of connected, does anybody have anything they'd like to talk about in regards to what we talked about today? Yes, Mark, please.
Okay, so can you hear me fine?
We sure can.
Okay, so I'm someone who actually has been reaching out to the USDA with the RD program here in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Rural development, for those of you who aren't,
So
in those acronyms. Okay, so you're reaching out to your rural development office.
that is correct. So what I've learned with that is most of those programs, what am I saying? Like you have to apply for other financing and get denied, of course. And then even the ones that are available is more or less a rebate. It's like how
Yes,
they got.
for myself, when I work with the Natural Resources Conservation Service, it's a refund. They're going to reimburse me for the upfront expenditures that I will pay in getting my backyard capable of producing, right?
Correct. So my question is for someone who doesn't have a ton of money and I'm not sure that I have like the financial backing with my career right now to go ahead and secure one of those loans. How could I actually secure the funding or the demand that they want so that I'm actually eligible to get the funding and then spend it and get the refund?
if you have to, from what you're saying, you're going to have to go. That's one of the questions we kind of came up with here in class. I wasn't sure what their language meant, right? So it sounds like you do have to go through a traditional banking institution, credit union, whatever, and try to get a traditional loan and get denied before you're eligible. Is that what you're finding?
That is correct. I actually spoke with them on the phone and they listed some alternative lenders, but like even those alternative lenders are county specific. So for instance, I'm in Kent County, Michigan, Grand Rapids, the city of Grand Rapids, but one of the alternative lenders, they're way up in Traverse City and they focus on like those that are northern Michigan, almost the UP.
All right, let me see if I can find what they specifically said kind of about that situation. Where did we find that information, guys? Was it here? Yes. Okay, beginning farmers and ranchers. That's what both you and I are basically talking about becoming, right?
That's right.
And it says that you beginning farmers and ranchers who are unable to obtain financing from commercial credit sources. So you are going to have to prove, like you're finding, that they're not going to lend to you, whether it's your credit, your experience, they're worried you're going to be able to pay it back, whatever it is for your individual case. And we don't need to know that. That's the kind of stuff that you want to keep private, right? Unless you're talking to somebody who's credentialed and insured and protected. Also, so that they have specifications in their job criteria to where they have to protect your personal and financial information and things like that, right? Then you can talk to those folks, but not to me because I don't have that. And so you do have to go through that process. Now, once you can prove, it sounds like you started that process, got denied, and then they gave you some other sources to try that were also basically within more towards the commercial credit sources. Is that correct?
That is correct. And I'm trying
to. So now you need to go and get either approved or denied by those folks. And then you're going to go back. And then at that point, they may be able to help you get farm ownership with an operating loan, right? That's what it's kind of letting you know. You have to go through this process of denial, and then you may be eligible to get something through them. That's the way I'm interpreting it. It sounds like that's what you're finding there. So if you haven't gone to their alternative suggestions, that's going to be your next step.
It is. I do have another question within this, though. Are we actually eligible, even though we're starting and everything? What am I trying to say? Are we eligible to actually just acquire an existing farm, acquiring an existing setup? Because even within those alternative lenders that are commercial, they're like farming, you know, we usually do it for a bigger number. You know, they're looking at like $1 million or so or something like that to actually do a sustainable, sizable commercial farm.
I saw something. I believe it was on this one. Let's look. It wasn't here. I saw something to that basic. Here we go. I believe it was here. The Transition Incentives Program. If you're connected with your local farming community, the Transition Incentives Program might provide an opportunity to purchase land from owners looking to return land to production. Does that sound like it might be applicable? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
It does. It does. I'm gonna have to look into that. Like I said, I've been going down this rabbit hole, but it's always something else that's available. That's the amazing thing about it.
Yes, that's the beautiful thing. You can get denied 50 times, and there's probably still going to be 50 other opportunities to go try. You just have to be willing to look and take the time, actually reach out to them, and be able to hear no and still keep going. If you're not hearing no, you're not working on these resources. I guarantee you, you will hear many no's within any yeses. You could get a yes the first time. You probably won't, but you could. But it doesn't matter because overall, you're going to hear more no's than you are yeses. to get those yeses, you have to get through the no's. And part of that is you will gain more experience. You'll understand better what they're asking for. You'll know better what you are likely or unlikely to qualify for. There's a whole bunch of pieces within that. All right. But I promise if you're not hearing no, you will never hear yes. Because if you're not hearing no, that means you aren't trying. You're not putting in the legwork to make those calls, to put out those emails, to go into the service centers, whatever the case may be. I promise you have to hear the no's if you ever want to hear the yeses. It's just like an artist. For every Da Vinci piece out there, for every piece from Van Gogh, you know, all these people, it's supposed to be Van Gogh. My mouth hesitates because we say Van Gogh, but it's really Van Gogh. But anyway, for every piece that any of these artists put out, they threw away 1,000 other pieces. You cannot get to success without failure. Success is wading through the failures to learn enough to get to the successes no matter what we're doing, okay? Let me just pull up Lesko Help too so that I can provide your answer there, Mark? I think it was Mark. Mark Cage. Okay, sorry about that, Mark.
I do have one more question. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Does any of this expand into hemp? I realize like the THC version of cannabis is still federally not legal, but hemp is and CBD is. So how can we find something that can help me start a hemp farm actually?
I do actually have some of Matthew's material when he was talking about that I can share with you.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. All right, let's get your post started here. And we discussed that you had the profile picture account as your better one.
That's right.
So this is the one that we were just discussing. That is the Transition Incentives Program for purchasing land that's already been used, or I guess it's so unclear to me exactly what they mean with a lot of these things. I think it was all the way back over here. If you're connected with your local farming community, the Transition Incentives Program might provide an opportunity to purchase land from owners looking to return land to production. It's like it was farmland, but it hasn't been for a period of time, and now they're trying to sell it so it can go back to production, is the way I'm interpreting that. Okay. And then let me grab the information from what Matthew had back in the day. He covers topics pretty exhaustively for a minute, just a short minute, but very well. And then a lot of times he moves on to something new, and he may or may not ever go back to that previous topic. That's why old reports are still valuable, guys. They really have value. And right now we're talking about... oh,
I thought
you had another one though. Please don't give me anything more before we remember what I was trying to provide for you. I had old pieces that Matthew had for what? What was it was like
hemp farming, to start a hemp farm.
Thank you. Okay. And then go ahead. You can say whatever else that you were getting ready to.
That was someone else talking actually.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Let's check out our mics. All right, that should fix that. And hemp it is. Hemp industry resources. All right, Mark. Anything else that we can supply for you or answer for you in the moment?
No, thank you. You're amazing, Sabrina. Thank you.
I just love it, you guys. I love this as much, maybe not as much, okay? I love the agricultural world as much as Matthew loves this, but it's close. This is an amazing thing to understand and get benefit from. I should have gotten more benefit that I have, but I enjoy working with you guys so much, and there really is so much to do with us having a small staff that I get sucked into working with the community more than I'm out there actuating the grant world myself. And I'm trying to work on that a little bit because it makes me more helpful to you guys if I participate with it more as well. So it's kind of a catch-22 there, right? But this world is amazing and there's so much out there. All right, guys. Dr. T, did you have a question about what we've been talking about here in the agricultural world before we go on break?
No, it wasn't about agriculture, actually. It's off the beaten path.
We are going to open it up for open-ended questions as soon as I come back from my break. So please leave your hand
Perfect.
up. Also, I don't think anybody else has any agricultural questions. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Tammy, and she's amazing, guys. Outside of the agricultural world, she's getting better there. Her really passion is those personal grants. She knows a lot about weatherization and rent and mortgage, bills, credit, debt. She does know a lot of how to utilize Matthew's resources there. Megan's kind of the expert on those topics, but Tammy's the expert on getting those topics paid for, right? So congratulations to her always. She is somewhere around 250,000, probably over 250,000 by now in just under 3 years. I've never heard of anybody getting any kind of numbers like that in the personal grant and grant-like opportunity world. She really has an amazing perspective and set of experience. Also, Miss Ethel is here with us, and she is now a staff member. She started as one of our volunteers as well. So you have the T and the A of, you have TEA. Miss Amber is here too. I wanted to check before I kept going. I just had a feeling. So you have the entire Lesko trio here with you guys. They've been doing this right alongside me from the beginning. They would always take over in my breaks. And if questions ran down, they would take over. They are amazing. They all have kind of their own specialized areas. So I leave it in their wonderful hands. Please do respect that they have the floor when I'm gone, just as you've given me that courtesy. Please share that with them as well. And if you're not the one they're working with, if your lips aren't moving, your microphone should be muted. Also, if you choose to share your desktop or your backdrop, please make sure to keep your personal and financial information private. And if you do share that backdrop or video, please make sure you are properly attired for that presentation. Thank you, everyone. We will be back right about the 15-minute mark, wherever you are. That will be 5:15 Pacific, 6:15 Mountain, 7:15 Central, and 8:15 Eastern. Thank you, ladies. Have fun.
Always, Sabrina, always. I'm with Miss Ethel and Miss Amber, and I think Miss Charity is here too. I think so. Did she leave? Yeah, she's still here. Okay, hello, Miss Charity.
Hello, Miss Tammy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you doing?
Just laying down, reading and reading more, and then reading more. I'm in recipe land, you guys. I'm in recipe land.
Yes, you are. You are like SpongeBob brain of AI, the human AI.
my brain of recipes is crazy right now. I'm studying, so like my brain is like moulash. I start really early in the morning, so right now I'm fading out, you guys. So I'm like, oh man, okay.
I'm gonna mute myself because me and you just gonna go.
All right, let's see here. We got a hand up. I want to say Magolia. Am I saying it wrong? MAG.
Yeah, Magali. Sorry.
I don't
Yeah, not
I-
an easy name. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I'm not
Magali.
yeah, what you said sounds really nice. I just probably can't say it. Just the way you say it, it sounds way better than me. I'll tell you that one.
Okay.
How can I help you, or how can we help you out this lovely thing?
Yes. I joined a couple days ago, and I already went online to the findhelp.org. But what I noticed, most of the grants that I try to apply, they're like income based. So I don't know how to, to like select the ones that are
I get what you're
not
saying. So what type of assistance are you looking for? Like business, home
yeah, it's like
repairs?
a personal grant and business too,
Okay.
and like something for children with disabilities.
Okay.
I have a son that has autism, And I know there's a lot of resources, and it's just a long waiting list for that. So maybe some nonprofit organizations besides, all the other ones I try to do that has a long waiting list.
I get what you're saying. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Do you have the Lesko Meta report, and do you have your state report?
I download all those, and some said that are like the dates are back in 2018 or 17 or something like that. Some are
Okay.
not updated, so that's the other thing.
Are the links not working, or
Yeah, a lot of links weren't working, and
okay?
other ones were not updated, so it was like not working.
Okay, so I'm on my laptop. I'm not on my laptop today. I'm on my cell phone today. I'm not sharing my screen. But if that does happen, if these links are like invalid or not working, you need to let the staff know, okay? Or let
Okay.
okay, so what you're gonna do, Amber, are you here? Phil, can someone share their screen?
Hey
Miss
there,
Amber?
how's everybody?
Oh, hello, Miss Amber. How are you? I'm on my cell phone today, so I can't share my screen.
Oh, okay. Let
Are
me,
you, do you have your computer handy?
yeah, let me close out a few tabs
Because
first before I do so.
she's gonna be talking to you next. So she's interested in like starting a business and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like showing her. I want to show her, where she can go and let the staff know on the question area. If those links are broken, so like Sabrina can fix those, or the staff member will fix them, and then they will get fixed. So if we don't know, we can't assist you. So you gotta let us know. Okay. So Amber's gonna share her screen here in a second. And then what else was your thing? So you were basically wanting starting a business, okay, and then children with disabilities, right? Okay. I'm gonna have Miss Amber probably do an AI search, okay, because in the Let's Go Meta report, you can go to item number 17. Okay, just write this down right now. And then I think it's just I'm not quite sure if it's children, but it's just disabilities. Go to item number 17 if you can look on the screen. Okay, and then you can also go to item number 15. Okay, and that is for healthcare, disabilities, anything that has to do with that type of stuff. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you would go to the top links, okay? Those are the most ones that Matthew Lesko talks about all the time, like needy meds, all that good stuff, okay? And then and if you scroll down, I think that's item number, I want to say 24 or 25 or some. It says loans, disabilities, and seniors. Yeah, and so I think it's number I think it's number 23. No, 24 maybe. I don't know. I can't freaking see. Go down. I think it's 27 maybe. Go down.
I'm in the relearning stage myself.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I don't have.
Oh,
Okay, there we go. There we go.
28.
I'm like, no, please don't tell me there's another missing number.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was like,
Yeah,
woo!
yeah,
I
don't do
don't know
this
what
to me.
happened.
The numbers are there. It's just they didn't put it like in the title area because I did find number 12 and I did find another number, but it's just not like in the header on the drop down. So you actually have
Oh,
to
okay.
search for it, like how you were doing yesterday. And then those are in item number 5.
Yeah,
Okay, and
I
that's
was
for
gonna.
business. You got that one for her. Okay, and then
I'm about to put it now. I'm only putting portions of them because on Zoom you can only put so much data in the chat. So those are in the chat right there.
Okay, yeah, got it. I just went through all, what he has on the website on my phone and the Mighty app. And there's just a lot of things that maybe I skip this.
Okay. Don't know who that is, but they need to mute their mics because we'll get to everybody as soon as we can, or Sabrina will. But whoever it is, you need to mute your mic.
Rich, please mute your mic. I can't mute him. I can mute him, but I'll mute you. You know,
Right,
so I'm
no.
on. So
Right now,
yeah,
you don't want to do that. She said something as well, business wise or something. What did she need?
She didn't specify. She didn't really say exactly what type of business she wants to start. She's still here.
Yes,
Yeah, she is.
yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Since I have my son with autism, I try to do something for kids with disabilities too. You know, like there are some inclusive playgrounds, indoor playgrounds. So I try to get like a little petting zoo, something like that.
Am I correct on what I typed?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. Let me get the other part of the prompt that I need. Give me just a moment. You're welcome. Let me see. Resources. Okay. I'm still here. I'm just waiting for the information to come up.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Let me go here on the Lesko platform real quick. What is your name on Lesko Help 2?
Magali Rios. Yes, that.
When I go to get information from AI, I always put something similar to that because information can change at any time.
Yes.
Okay. I just tagged you where this bell icon is. You'll get a notification that I shared information with you. And you should be able to see it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Good job. Great job. Fantastic job.
Thank you. Did you
see.
say Miss Elsa was here?
Oh, that girl is hiding. She's hiding in
she's
the
not. Oh no, we gotta hear a little something from her
I
now.
know she's trying to hide from us like always.
Yeah. Since the whole tea is here today.
Right? Ethel, come out wherever you are. She's hiding in the clouds. She's hiding somewhere. She's here though.
Okay. Let's see who wasn't Dr. T next or was there
Yes,
someone else?
Dr. T is the next person that has their hand up.
Okay.
I'm here. I am here. Okay. I need information about the grants that are the best. I mean, the quickest. Are
The
there any
quickest
grants?
how are
The
you talking about
fastest?
personal or are you talking about business?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The grants that are the quickest that you're asking about, are you talking about personal wise or are you talking about business
Personal,
wise?
personal,
Both.
personal.
Personal.
Yes.
Well, assistance or whatever, it depends on what's going on, may or may not be quick, but you know, the information able to be obtained that could be shared with you.
Okay. Okay.
What specifically are you looking for personally?
Well, I'm trying to, there's a few things I'm trying to do, but what I want to do, it's getting the home repairs in my state. I mean, in my city. Because the insurance companies, I'm having major problems with the insurance companies. They do not want to pay for claims. For some reason, they're taking everybody to court, or they want you to take them to court. I'm sorry, so that they can get more time to pay you. Well, for the last over a year, I haven't been able to get my roof done due to the fact that they don't want to do what goes up under the roof. They just want to give me what's on top of the roof.
Oh my.
So I'm going to need help in getting or advice as to where I can go in order to get this accomplished, this roof.
Let's see. One of the places, and I gotta switch back. One of the places probably, and Tammy, you're going to have to help me with this one because, as I said before, there have been some updates, and I haven't had a chance to relearn this yet.
Yeah, it's still the same number. Item number 8 on the Lesko Meta report for home repairs. And then
Okay.
you have your state report.
Oh, okay.
Do you have your state report? Because this is
I
the
do
last.
not.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to item number 1.
Okay.
And that's to bring you right to the direct group to have you download your state report. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And that's a number 1, and then item number 8 is for home repairs. Okay, I would encourage you to go to findhelp.org. Okay, that's where I
Okay.
found a lot of my home repairs. Okay, community action. Okay, partnership. Okay, they did
Mhm.
a lot of home repairs for me. A lot. Like I got my bay window replaced. I got my swamp cooler. They did a lot. They did my doors. They did a lot of stuff. So yeah, do
Okay.
weatherization. That's a key word is weatherization. Home repair,
Weatherization.
weatheriza- weatherization, or try disaster. Disaster assistance. Like for me, I'm in California, and we've had
Uh-huh.
a couple of storms. So
Uh-huh.
if there's been a storm or anything like that, that's another thing that you can do is disaster assistance.
Okay. Because there's a lot of people who have damaged in Atlanta. And I know quite a few people there. And they're having trouble getting the insurance companies to pay for their damage. 2 trees went into one of my constituents, their house, and the insurance company denied them. They don't want to pay. So They're looking. There's a lot of trees still down in because of the hurricane, still down in Atlanta, and they need help as well.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you can also share that information with them
Yeah,
as well.
thank you.
You know, you can give them their state report as well. You know, I'm
Okay.
not sure what state you live in, but yeah, you can share resources with other people.
Okay, great. Great. And who is over the membership? What person?
Miss Sabrina is back, so I'm going to hand it over to Miss Sabrina, and I think you're the only person that have your hand up or whatever. Yeah, so Miss
Oh,
Sabrina's back. Okay.
okay.
So memberships are handled through Recurly. The only one who can really help with that is Mary Pacey, and
Okay.
you can contact her. And this is Dr. T, yes?
That's me.
And is that what you go by in Let's Go Help too?
Yes, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I need to know what you called yourself on your account so that I can tag you.
Dr. T. Mm-hmm.
That's what you said your account name under.
Yes, or Trishan. So it's easier to say Dr. T, or you can say Trish. It doesn't matter.
Let's see
I
if we
mean,
have
to
that.
me,
Okay, it doesn't look like it. So Trish?
correct. UN.
I'm not finding you. Might you've put it under a business name or a nickname? Just try your last name. UN.
Richard.
Unrichard?
No, Richard is my last name.
Okay. And then it would be Trish Richard.
Trishan.
Trishan.
TRISHUN.
I don't have that. No. Not with Richard and not by itself.
Okay. Well, basically, that's what I was calling. That's what I want to talk to. What's her name? Mary?
You're having trouble getting into Let's Go Help too?
No, I don't have trouble at all. Because I mean, I've been a member. So that's what
And you have an account in Let's Go Help too, where we are right now on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, can you access it where you can see what you've called yourself under your account name? So I could
Okay.
tag you.
Okay, I'd have to go out of here and go to my email. Or is there a different wait, let me go to my email.
You should, if you're on a phone, you should be able to go through the Mighty Networks app.
Oh, the Mighty Network, okay. I'm still learning this system. I actually joined this, I believe it was this month,
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago. Oh, Mighty Networks, where's that now?
In your apps, you're looking for a black circle or square that has the word Mighty in bold, white, lowercase writing.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to do that on the phone. Hold on one second, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, I was crazy because I was trying to do it from the phone, which it was your information, not my own. So,
You just want to go to the Mighty Networks app.
Hey Sabrina,
okay.
I think
Yes.
I think I found it.
Okay.
I think it's Dr. R, right?
Yes.
So it's I actually answered one of your questions earlier. That's how I know. So it's capital D, lowercase r, and then uppercase.
So instead of Dr. T, you might have put Dr. R without a period after the doctor. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Does this look like your, did you put a DR in a blue circle for your profile picture?
I did.
Okay.
But then my picture's on here now.
I just see a blue circle with doctor in it.
That's weird because my picture is on my side, on my phone.
In Mighty Networks, in Let's Go Help too?
Uh-huh.
Then we've probably got the wrong account. So if you're in Let's Go Help too, what did you call yourself? Look at, see where I have this. Do you see where, oh wait, you're looking on your phone under. So you need to click on your profile picture on the bottom of your phone screen in Mighty
Okay.
Networks, Let's Go Help 2. You should see the picture. Click that and it'll show your name so you can tell us what you've called yourself.
I got you. I got you. Hold on one second. I'm still on trying to find the Mighty Network.
Do you have a listing of your apps?
A listing. Yeah, I'm in my app right now, but I'm looking for the Mighty Network. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, it should be in alphabetical order.
I'm sorry, I'm not in my app. I'm actually on the computer.
Oh, okay. So then you're going to do something different. Then there you're going to go to mightynetworks.com.
Oh,
Mightynetworks.com.
okay. All right.
And you should see a login button.
Hold on, I'm typing it. Okay, log in, sign in.
And then you'll have the choice of either link or search. If you choose link, you type in your email that's associated with your Let's Go Help 2 account, and it'll email you the Mighty Networks that you have access to. I actually recommend using search. And then all you have to do, search, and then type in Matthew's last name, Lesko, L as in Lima,
Lesko.
There you go. And it'll be the one that has Matthew's profile picture. It's a premium account. It has Let's Go Help 2, the description there.
Okay.
And then click that, and then you'll need to know how you signed in, whether that was with an email and a password, most common, or your Google account, Facebook account, LinkedIn account, or Apple ID. Those are the 5 ways you can have chosen to log in.
Okay. All right. I'm looking here now. Okay. I believe I signed in. Oh, I did. DR. It was under DR. So without a period.
Okay, Dr. R, right?
Mine just says doctor.
Okay.
So that might be my Google account then. I might have just put in.
So I'm not going to
Google.
be able to find you with such a low character count.
Uh-oh.
So you need to just put like, did you say Richardson was your last name? Or you could put Dr. Tashawn or any of those.
Okay.
You need more characters for me to be able to isolate your name.
So how do I change that? How do I change it?
Click on your profile picture.
Okay.
And then you click, you can either click your name or personal settings. I'm going to click my name.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be able to edit that. And it'll have an edit button right at the top.
I got it.
And then it'll give you all those fields. So you can edit your name.
Got it. I'll just make it easy. All right. Save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll just refresh it so that it's all ready to get your new tag.
Okay,
right.
I have it.
And so what did you decide?
Trish Richard.
Trish Richard?
Uh-huh.
I found ya. Okay. Now, I don't think this was for you. So you wanted to reach out to Let's Go Help at gmail.com to talk to Mary Pacey. Is that what will still be beneficial for you? Okay. Okay, so now let's go. Let me pull it up here, I guess. All right, can't do it like that. Then let me do this really quickly. All right, there we go. And then that is help with your membership, item number 7. That's
Okay.
all about 6s as well, but for our purposes, 7 is more appropriate. And that gives you the information to get a hold of Mary Pacey through the lescohelp@gmail.com email address. And then, of course, I'll also provide the MetaGrants report for you so that you can get to the whole MetaGrants report.
Excellent. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Because I kept getting emails. I don't know from whom. I guess it came from Mary.
Auto-generated.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I'm a member. Why is this thing telling? They would let me sign up for any grants.
The emails that you're getting aren't how you sign up for grants. We do the work here in the group. The emails are to encourage you, if you're getting those emails as a YouTube subscriber to Matthew Lesko's account, there's a variety of different ways you can have signed up for emails, and he sends those out auto-generated. So when it's telling you to go make sure you're a member, if you know you're a member, just ignore those. They're just advertisements for people that have signed up but haven't purchased a membership yet, or maybe renewed it recently.
I got you. Now I understand, because I was wondering why they were telling me to sign up.
You're good to go as long as you know your membership is current, but that is how you can talk to somebody about it through customer service email. Okay.
Thank you. How do you get to the names on here again? Like if you want to leave someone a message.
We don't do private messaging because that's where the scam artists hide. They can purchase the subscription just like anyone else and then come over and try to scam our members in hidden private message.
Oh, okay. I mean, for answers and questions? I mean, questions and answers?
Well, you're more than welcome to ask any questions that you'd like in the questions chat collection, the Ask Questions Here space, all right? You're also welcome to come to all of our live Q&As and classes, and you're able to ask questions there as well. When you're ready to search for your answers, you want to go to What's New Today. If you can't, like if it's been a month and a half and you want a certain thing, the notification bell won't work for you anymore because it only stores about a month out. All right.
Oh, thank you.
That's then, of course. And so your previous answers would have been under Dr. R. And so it's not finding a whole lot here because of the limited character count. That's why I had you change your character count.
Thank you.
Now, absolutely. Now you're Dr. Trish, is that right?
Right. Well, I think I just put Trish Richard, made it simple.
That's right. Okay, let's get that corrected. There we go. And there you are. There's your account, and there is the first answer that you've been provided under that account name right there. Once you start getting more, though, it makes it a lot harder for the algorithms to find what you want it to find. So that's why I always encourage you to bookmark or save your posts that you know you're going to want to return to again. So let me just provide you that information.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Don't think it, yeah, I do think I saved it. Ta-da. Okay. And then I'll also provide you with the welcome tour, being so new. That'll help you get oriented here in the Lesko Help 2 platform.
Okay. Well, see, I've been a member a few times, but I wasn't getting anywhere. So I thought I'd try one more time.
When you weren't getting anywhere, how many phone calls did you make through the resources that you were provided?
That wasn't getting anywhere. I didn't make any because I didn't know who to call. This was not, I didn't have this information at all. Let's go to Help 2.
Oh, you were in the Facebook group, Let's Go Help on Facebook?
I believe so, yes.
It looks like this. You guys probably can't access it anymore, but this is what it looks like.
I also have this huge book, Lesko's book. It's huge. It looks like a regular Bible. It's so huge. It's a big book. So
is this look familiar to you here?
Let's see. Yes.
That's the Lesko Help group on Facebook, but right now no one can access it because Facebook has removed our group. Where you can still see that it's here, but we can't comment, we can't like, we can't post the posts that are rating impending posts. They called Matthew's giveaway of the laptop computers scam or fraud-like activity, even though he gives away 30 laptops a month. A bunch just got sent out in this week. So I don't know what to tell them. They won't listen to us. We've contacted them. We asked the members to reach out and contact them and let them know. Tammy, who's here with us today, has gotten one of our free computers, as well as several of Matthew Lesko's other grants. He's not a scam, but their boss tagged him as such, and we can't convince them otherwise. So it looks like our Facebook presence is probably gone forever.
Wow.
It's okay though, because Let's Go Help 2 is so much more useful, so much more user-friendly, so much more organizable, and so much safer for you guys, because we can't turn off Messenger in Facebook, right? We can turn off private chats here so that scam artists can't reach out to you guys privately and hide what they're doing. We can't do that in Facebook. So this is a much better platform. I host my business here as well. I do have a page on Facebook for advertisements purposes, but it's not where my activity is happening either. My activity happens in private, in my private Mighty Networks network, just like this is Matthew Lesko's private Mighty Networks network.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything else that we can help you with while you have the floor, Trish?
No, I think that's going to do me. I really appreciate your time and everyone else's time. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So do you feel comfortable now getting into Let's Go Help 2? And do you know what I mean by your notification bell to get that answer from me?
I sure do. Now that I am in here, yes.
Excellent.
And I did know there were more than one account that was open, so that was staunching my growth in this.
More than one account that's open. I'm sorry, I'm confused a little bit there.
Well, there was that DR, and now, I mean, it's actually the same account, but it was coming up like it was a different account. So because of the lack of letters. So yeah, I appreciate you opening my understanding on that.
That's what these are all about, right? I really feel like getting that direct interaction makes that light bulb go off for so many people.
It sure does. Because I earlier I needed other information, and I contacted. It was for the seniors. I went through them, and they gave me a plethora of information.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I just talked to one person, and she was actually the receptionist, but she told me, she gave me so much information. I was so grateful.
That's wonderful. That's definitely wonderful. I'm also going to provide item, if my computer will cooperate with me, item number 22 out of the Lesko Meta Grants, and that's all about people with disabilities and or seniors, right? They're not always together, but a lot of times they do go hand in hand. And that is an additional set of resources for you to tear through there.
Okay. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, my dear. If that's everything for your questions, we'll go ahead and mute you.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I went also through our electric company. And I mean, I went through, I'm not the electric company. I went through Pro Seniors for the electric company. And it took a whole 2 days for them to give me $500 for my Duke Energy bill. I didn't even ask for it, but they just said, we're doing we're giving them $500, and they gave me $500.
Congratulations. And they put that towards your bill?
Yeah, they put it in. It was because I was just a senior.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Thank you. So I didn't know anything about that. And I said, wow, this was before I even joined you guys.
Well, hopefully you'll find even more and just keep rolling with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you as well, my dear. All right, we'll go ahead and mute you there. And any other questions, guys? We've got about 25 minutes left to class. I'd be happy to answer your questions. You actually have, it looks like, nope, Charity's still with us. She just must have dropped off and lost her co-host. Let's give that back. And we do still have Miss Tammy, Tammy, Ethel, and Amber of the Lesko Trio, Charity Spencer. So you have 5 hosts right now who can answer your questions. This is kind of an unprecedented moment, and there are a lot of different perspectives on that grant hunting world to answer your questions. Anybody at all? No questions on how we organized ourselves in our searches when we were working in the agricultural world, taking that and organizing your phone. No questions there. Everybody's just solid. You guys just know exactly what you're going to do tomorrow, and you've already got it lined out, and you don't need any help at all. Yes, Grace, how can we help you today? I'll ask you to unmute there. And she might not have access to her chat or her microphone. I believe that we've worked together this week already. So you're showing now at 5:43. I wonder what page that was, Grace. Would that have been the transition incentives page? That was one of the last. Mentor program, 270 Connecticut every year. Okay, very cool. Let's look at the new messages. This is why you need a new computer. I hear that. Okay, so let's, would you throw your name up there, your last name for us again, Grace, so I can get you tagged in that information? Oh, that's right. Okay. Hi, Mary. Okay. And item number 27, guys. Item number 27 in the Lesko Meta Grants report is for free and low cost computers, cell phones, and Wi-Fi. And it's an excellent, excellent opportunity to tear through. Also, after you've torn through the options to look for a free or low cost computer, if you're not able to find one, Mary, that's what, take good notes from that whole process, because that's what we ask you in the Lesko laptop computer giveaway, how it went when you went and searched for a free or low cost computer. And then you put your story into your application and try to be one of the 30 until you are. You just want to keep applying, right? 30 a month, 30 a month, 30 a month until you win one. Just keep trying. All right, let's post that. And then we'll also post the information about the Lesko grant so that you can jump in there and apply for the Lesko laptop computer after you run through the numbers 27 out of the Lesko Meta Grants report. And as you see, if you hover your mouse, oh, I have to post it first. Let me do that. Now, once it's posted, if I hover my mouse over those individual circles, I can go directly to the space. I don't have to go to the whole collection, see collection. I can go to the computer laptop giveaway space, the mortgage rent assistance, how does it go? Rent mortgage help grant from Matthew Lesko, the Lesko car repair grant, and the Lesko giveaway. Click that circle. It's going to take you right into the space where you'll find the applications in the featured section for each of these spaces. All right. Let me take a peek here. Okay, go ahead. You just would like the information for number 18? Absolutely. All right, number 18, no cost, no degree weekly income. All right. Again, that's coming out of, let me get these out of our way here a little bit better. The Meta Grants report. So let's put the Meta Grants report in there. There we go. It didn't want to delete for me. All right. And anything else that we can provide for you, Miss Mary? We're just waiting to see if she types a question into the chat here, folks. All right, and she says that's all. Let's also make sure to get her the how to bookmark or save information, and I'm sure I've supplied this before, but I'd always rather put it up there in case it was forgotten or not utilized before, and now it's needed. And thank you very much, Mary. You're absolutely welcome. All right, guys, any other questions? Mark, can we add something to your post for you? There you are.
Yeah, I was wondering, how do I get to the entire report so I can download it?
The whole Lesko Metagrants report? Is that what you mean, Mark?
Yes.
So if you actually go to your post, I think I provided a post for you. Let's check really quickly. Yes. Okay. Oh, you didn't have any out of the meta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you the Meta Grants cheat sheet that not only takes you to that full meta report, but it also breaks it down in line items so that you're more able to make use of the different topics that are included in there.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. And then we did get a bunch of information up for you there at that point. So let's go ahead and get you how to save or bookmark your post as well. And is there anything else that we can help you with add to your post there, Mark?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute you there and lower your, oh, you got your hand lowered already. Hey, Sharon, how are you and how can we help you today?
Hello.
Hello.
I need assistance with someone to help me with my electrical panel. Since I bought the house, I think it's a used shabby thing, to be honest.
A what?
Every time I use like a major appliance, it pops the circuit.
Not good at all. And that's actually a fire hazard as well. So possibly, not a guarantee, but it could be. And that's always scary. Let's get this up there for you. That is item number 8, folks. Item number 8. Cheryl came to the agricultural class and didn't have an agricultural question. How could this be?
I'm everything.
There you go, right? And that's what we're here for. It's just about everything, including the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that we can provide for you in the moment, Miss Sharon?
That one, and I'm doing what they call a drought-resistant garden. And,
I do have a lot of information over in my network that's kind of outside of the purview. Matthew really wants us to focus in on that grant-specific information, but I definitely have that over in Collectively Rewilding, and you can just go to my profile, Sharon, and there's a link to take you right there. There's a free lifetime membership for Lesko Help members to my private Mighty network.
Oh, you're private, okay, because I have a year with Lesko.
I'm sorry, say that last again.
I have a year membership with Lesko, and I won't.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, if you guys sign up for the free membership on my private network, it won't ever kick you out. It's a lifetime membership. So,
lovely.
Yeah. Well, I just love working with you guys. And we do talk about a lot of the agricultural stuff here, but we talk about how to fund it. And then that's what I do over in mine is talk about what to do once you have it, right?
Yeah, mine actually is abroad. It's in Jamaica.
I know, and I would love to talk to you about that in regards to the work that you're doing in Jamaica. There may be a place for you to present your information over in my network.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
If I was looking for assistance to assist small farmers, do I have to, would it be better to be a nonprofit?
That's a really good one to talk to Megan. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to join her class today. Today is the class for that kind of a question to get the most direct assistance from Megan on, as Thursdays Lesko Help presents Navigating the Nation's Grants with Megan P.
Yeah, I think of being a nonprofit would be best for Jamaica because then it would either lower the custom fees that comes in.
And I don't know enough about that to even weigh in. I'm not sure that that'll be one of Megan's areas of expertise. That actually might be a good one for Amber. Amber, do you know anything about that? Are you here where you could talk to Sharon?
Her voice was low. I didn't hear the whole question.
I believe she was asking about, she owns, and I think you also work with some other farms in Jamaica. Is that right, Sharon?
Right, I have partners there.
Okay. And then she imports, but you don't export. You only import. Is that right?
I want to export because Jamaica, unfortunately, have a lot of things that are not
Locally produced, right? It's a pretty small nation there. Okay. And then what she's wondering right now is if there's any grant-like opportunities. Oh, no, if it would be better with a nonprofit because of customs. And maybe if you want to give me a little bit more information there, Sharon. She can't
Yeah.
quite hear you, and then I can tell Amber.
Yeah, customs going into Jamaica, it they've changed it. But now I know for a fact because I went with a church and they didn't charge us any custom fees. So I'm looking to export farm equipment and things of that nature. Something as small as seeds, and we're helping them to understand going organic and the importance of organic because some of the people who planted watermelon, certain things, the watermelon just turned to water. It didn't, when you opened it, it was just mushy.
So I think Amber's working on something in the background there as well with distance learning. That was something that we covered earlier in class today through the Rural Development USDA.gov site. That's RD ruraldevelopment.usda.gov. And then we're in the program, and you've got there through, I think right here. No.
Yeah, I have connection with USDA and how to do the.
Well, this is the rural development. It's specific, Sharon. Let me go and look at it again here. This is through the all programs, and it's through the Rural Development Department or Office of the USDA, and it's distance learning. The distance learning and telemedicine program helps rural communities use the unique capabilities of telecommunications to connect to each other and to the world. Teaching them about going organic, you may be able to make this apply, okay? And then Amber, did you have anything that you were working on there that you wanted to talk about?
What I was doing was I was putting some of the information on one of the AI tools that I use, but I was waiting for you to let me know what she was specifically talking about because, like I said, the volume was low on her end and I couldn't hear what she was saying.
Can you possibly speak up, Sharon, and just walk her through the basics again? So she's trying to find out if there are opportunities to help get things like farm equipment, even to as small as seeds, to these farms in Jamaica, at the same time trying to educate them about going organic. And if you'd like, you can share your screen so they can see you forming these questions and everything.
Yeah, give me just one moment.
Absolutely. I'll mute myself.
Okay. Let me see here. That's as much as I was able to understand the question thus far. And if
Yeah.
I need to change out anything, let me know that.
That's good, but to avoid customs in Jamaica, is it best to send it as a nonprofit, or best to send it as a nonprofit?
Will it help her regarding fees and different kinds of costs at customs if she's a nonprofit sending this to Jamaica instead of a for-profit or individual or whatever?
Set up, import. Let's see, importing. Wait a minute. Importing and exporting of foods as a business or as a nonprofit. Assistance as well is needed for the purchasing of farm equipment to Jamaica and also
Supplies.
farm.
Education towards going organic.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be organic. So, yeah,
Okay.
we understand organic, but just supplies like maybe boots, machetes. We're looking at
Farm equipment, supplies, and what else?
Food is what I heard. Dog.
boots. Yeah, that's yeah, it's the way the customs is going into the country.
Does that seem correct?
Yep.
Okay. Let me go ahead and tag her on this. Let's see. Oops. I can spell. Check and continue researching. Hopefully that'll help.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
Thank you.
There you are back, Sabrina.
Appreciate it, Amber.
Well, you're welcome.
All right, Miss Sharon. So did that get your questions answered? Is there anything else that we can help you with today?
No, not for now. I'll come back. I have to get busy with applying for as much assistance and, oh,
Absolutely.
my parents, I think I had questioned, how I could get assistance to buy specialty stocks for both my
And
parents.
I've never seen anything for that sort of opportunity. That's where you look for savings in another area of your life or a way to bring in money to then go and invest in those stocks.
No, stocks, hosiery.
Oh,
Hosiery.
is that for like an outreach program?
No, it's for my mother and my father.
Your mother and your father. Well, that's where you would probably utilize senior type information, right? Let's grab that for you. That right now is item number 22. Normally it's also 13, but Matthew's working on that. So 13 is currently missing. So item number 2 is for state special grants, loans, and free services for people with disabilities and seniors. So you can be both. You can just have a disability. You could just be a senior, and these resources work in any case. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Anything more that we can work on with you today, Miss Sharon?
No, yeah, I'll come back with more.
Absolutely. You always do, and we always love to get it.
All right.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Hope to see you over there, and we could talk about drought resistant information. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I think we had one other hand up there. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand, Sharon. And Agnes. Agnes, haven't gotten to work with you for a while. How are you doing, and how can we help you today?
I'm doing how are you today?
Oh, I couldn't quite understand you there. Try again.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, good. What have you got going on, and what can we get for you, my lady?
I am, I would like to get some, like, financial aid for starting business.
Okay. That is
And
item number 5, guys. Item number 5 in the Lesko Meta Grants report is all about starting or expanding a business.
And how I get that?
That is out of the Lesko Meta Grants report. So I'll provide the Lesko Meta Grants report information as well. And you can just jump in there right from either of these links, and it'll take you right into that full Lesko Meta Grants report, because as you see, I just copied the first 3 item letters under item number 5, and it actually keeps going on for about 3 more pages. So you want to get into the full report. And you can do that right there at the bottom of this post. You can also find the Lesko Meta Grants report, folks, anytime you need it. If you head into the Lesko reports area here, this is the Lesko reports collection, drop down that menu. It is in the State 500 mini grant report space. You just head right on in there, and right at the top is going to be the Lesko Meta Grants report, as well as all those State 500 mini grant reports, including one for Washington, D.C.
Okay. So, and another thing I was looking for is for help for a farm. I
A
do,
phone, did you say?
yeah, farm, like,
That is item number 27, folks. Item number 27 is for free and low-cost computers, cell phones, and Wi-Fi.
say that again, please.
Item number 27 out of the Lesko Meta Grants report again has information on getting free or low-cost computers, cell phones, and Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's for farm.
Cell phones or Wi-Fi. Yep.
No, I'm talking about farm, like farming.
A farm, like
A
F
farm.
as in Frank, A-R-M, or phone, to talk on the phone.
Not the phone, farm.
You want to grow food.
Yes, I am.
Okay, let me delete this one then. It's just the item number right below that. It is item number 26. Item number 26 is free grants, loans, help, and mentoring for rural life and agricultural businesses. Does that sound better, Agnes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, excellent.
So item 27, you said 26 and 27.
26 for rural living and agricultural businesses.
All right, thank you so much. That was just a question I had.
Absolutely. And remember, for all of you that are interested in learning about the
Oh,
agricultural
one
part of your
more thing.
pursuit, you can join my own private network where we can talk about farming, right? We're talking about funding the farming. You can go and join me over in my private network and we can talk about the farm itself, right? What kind of crops you want to grow.
Can I be a member on your group? How can
Yes,
I
all
be
you
a
need
member
to
on your
do
group?
is go to my profile picture, okay? You can go to my profile picture anywhere that you see it. You just click it, it'll pull up my profile, and then you just want to scroll down, and you can actually go right to my private Mighty Network right here. It's my second personal link, and there's a free plan for Lesko Help members.
Oh, okay.
All right?
All right.
Anything else that we can help you with, Miss Agnes?
That will be all for today. Thank you for your help.
Absolutely. And are you comfortable getting into Let's Go Help 2 and your notification bell where you can get this answer from me?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I'll also put on there how to bookmark or save a post so that you can return to this or any other post that you want to as many times as you need without having to search for it. Okay?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. Thank you. All right, guys. So it is time to go ahead and close down class. And so,
Sabrina, I have one more question.
okay, go ahead. Try to speak up just a little bit. I have my mic, my volume almost at high, Sharon.
Let me turn it back up.
Okay, we gotcha. Yep.
Okay, I have a beautiful friend here that is trying to get her green card done.
Okay.
And I was wondering, especially now that they have expedited to do certain things. Is there a safe house or safe organization that she can apply for her green card at this time?
I have a document put together for acquiring citizenship status as well as immigration sponsorship where you might be able to help her as well. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll get those for you. Does that sound like what you're looking for there, my dear? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Absolutely. Excellent. All right. Yeah, it's a scary time out there for some people that have been living here for quite some time, and I'm not getting on one side or the other of that, but I do have absolute compassion for anyone that's just in terror of what their future holds because of the changes that are going on in our country. And so, yeah, I'm glad that we have some resources that perhaps they could find some relief with. Okay. All right. Was that all you needed added, my lady?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And I'm sure I've provided you this a million times, Sharon, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw the how to save just in case on there as well. Wrong link. Because I just think it's so important because we have so much activity that goes on here in Let's Go Help 2 that the algorithms can't always find what you're looking for. And they're pretty good search algorithms. I'm not knocking them. I'm simply saying there's so much activity that no matter how good the algorithms are, they cannot always find what you're looking for. So best to save or bookmark anything that you know you're going to want to get back to.
Okay.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and shut class down for today. Excellent class as always. I really do enjoy getting to talk to you all about anything that has to do with that agricultural world. It's so much fun. And I do want to help you with things that are like drought resistance in the appropriate place. So now you know that you can have resources there as well, but definitely let's get the properties funded, and then somewhere else we'll worry about how to keep it moving forward agriculturally, right? All right, guys. Hope to see you when I'm back with you in 2 weeks for Country Living and Business. The next class we have is tomorrow's Amber's All About Business, and that is her early class. So let's just go and double check, make sure I'm giving you guys the right time. That will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain, 9 o'clock a.m. Central, and 10 o'clock a.m. for Eastern. All right, and you got a little bit of a taste of her skill set and how wonderful she is with answering those questions. So I hope you're able to join her in the morning. And I will be with you again on Tuesday. That is at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 5 o'clock p.m. Central, and 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Have a great night and a wonderful weekend, everybody. See you next week.
Thank you, Sabrina. Great class.
Thank you, Charity. I'll get a hold of you after class.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Have a great weekend.